This is starting from the Aburi Hills, and you can see the speed at which people are clearing the surfacing and building on these places. Now, most of these places is where the source is. Once they scrape off the topsoil, it intensifies the rate at which sand comes into the basins that are downstream, that are the valley, and proceeds into the city. So when we have a lot of this silt coming into the basin, certainly it's going to increase the silt levels and therefore cause the overflooding that we have in some of the spaces downstream. Yeah. This is the Sango Lagoon. You see that the water course is meandering because people are pushing the water course. All right. Meander as people push the water body. Here is where two water bodies converge. Presently, the assembly is unable to enter and dredge because people have built directly at the edges. So it is difficult to get equipment in to do the dredging. So even where the assembly has the capacity or the institutions have the capacity, human activities is constraining the mitigation that could have otherwise reduced the impact that we have suffered. Some of these places, one of the things you will observe is that generally it's not just a water body, it's a flat plain. So that the adjoining lands are supposed to allow for wherever even there's excess water, the water can sit without disturbing human activities. This is the what they call the Malambola, South McCarthy Hill Plains. All the trucks lined up in the video that you see are bringing solid waste into the wetlands. And this video was taken early June, where we were able to track all of these things. And once this place is filled with a solid waste, the next action is then to pour laterite on it and then apportion it for sales. And this is one of the major wetlands that needed to be protected. Oyarefa, again, we find developments constraining. The development that you see here is a filling station, and it is sitting directly on the water body. Just a little channel has been allowed to pass under it to take the water. So when there's going to be excess water, it will have to flow backwards and spill into the communities that are upstream. Here you can see that this is a retention area, a natural retention area, and people have built within it. Some of it you can see that they have, even though they've walled it, water is ponding inside the spaces that they have kept. This property, there was a property there, a number of properties here, they fence it off, wait for dry season, then they build. They fence it off, wait for dry season, then they build. This is what's going on in certain sections of Oyarefa. So not just the water body, but the water body in combination with the wetlands that are associated with them. This is Sakumono. We've given you the numbers already, but this is the state of affairs as we have it. So when the water comes, all of these lands were supposed to be available to just receive the water. But now half of the land has been taken. In fact, if you want to take it back to those who know Tema well, in the mid-80s, the Sakum Ramsar site actually extended all the way to Committee 12. But now we've lost Committee 12, Committee 6, some parts of Committee 5, Committee 3. And on the other side, we have Klagon. We have all those communities that have come up and pushed the water body into the small catchment as we now have it. Most of these spaces were all part of the original Sakumono Ramsar site. This is Tetegu. All of this was part of the wetland. All of it was part of the wetland. Now we have developments all over. And like I said in the presentation, forcing the channel to meander instead of having its free course to flow directly to where it must go and then help the water levels to recede and not affect people. These are all properties that are constraining, built over it, put some 2 pipes under it, as though the pipes were enough. And then there's also one where the channel has been diverted 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees around people's buildings. People deliberately blocked the path to recover the land and redirected it at 90-degree turns. And it led to the situations that we are having across the city. There's one of the turnings that we're talking about. How that the development is pushing the land, is pushing the water, and the water has to now meander around human settlements. These areas downstream were all supposed to be kept free so that the water should be able to, but people are building and trying to come into the spaces where the water itself must run. You see developments all over. Most of these spaces were all part of the original wetlands, but they have now become fully developed communities. And so when we have the volumes of rain that we have, the water doesn't have a natural path that would not adversely impact people.